Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just want to be clear that the family asked this committee to investigate the circumstances of Corporal Tillman's death, and that Kevin Tillman himself indicated that this hearing was no reflection upon the bravery of this hero, and that no implication should be left that our continuing investigation is anything but an attempt to do what this family wants done. Secretary Rumsfeld, you have indicated, I think quite eloquently, that it's your responsibility of the military to tell the truth, and I want to make sure this also involves uncovering the truth, particularly of allegations that have been made in the press and elsewhere about whether you sought deniability in reconstructing what you were told and when, in responding to the Inspector General in particular. Your lawyer, in preparing a response to the the DOD Inspector General, said that you asked a junior staff member in your office to help determine when you learned that Corporal Tillman's death was a possible fratricide. The staff of our committee then contacted that staff member, and he told us of placing a few phone calls, found a person who had been in a meeting with you on May 20th, 2004, during which he said Corporal Tillman's case was mentioned. Now, this person claimed that, however, that he was not the source of the information and cannot remember who was. This does not sound like the most thorough attempt to reconstruct what you knew or what actions you took. During our own investigation, the committee staff talked with Lieutenant General Craddock. Now, he was your senior military assistant at the time in 2004, and he told us that he worked closely with you on a daily basis, sometimes in touch with you many times a day, but he says that your office never contacted him to ask for his recollection or documents. I'm asking, why did you not consult this close assistant of your own, General Craddock, before responding to the Attorney General concerning what you knew and when you knew it?
My recollection of this is close to that. It was I believe, the last series of days I was in the department. There were a great many things going on. The Inspector General asked some questions, and my civilian assistant, Mr. Rangel, as I recall, I said, figure out if there's any way we can know when I was told, because I don't remember.
Well, your senior military assistant might have been one way you might have known.
He of course, was gone. He was...
well, that didn't keep him from being consulted.
No, I understand that. I'm going to answer your question. He then checked with some people, and one of the individuals said what you said he said, namely that he was in a room when I was told, and it was on or after he got back from Iraq, and that was this Colonel Bucci who's been mentioned previously. We were not asked what we recalled and recollected. We were not asked to undertake an investigation and go back and consult a series of people and find out the answer. That was the job of the Inspector General. I think you said Attorney General, and I think you meant Inspector General. Yeah. That was his job, to try to fashion all of that, and he did, and he produced a report, and he said he felt that my responses were met his question.
He was trying to find out something very specific, what you knew and when you knew it, and his job was to question you and to find out to the best of your ability what you knew and when you knew it. And here was your senior military assistant, one person we would have expected you to consult with, and he was not consulted. And I'm asking, why was he not consulted?
My guess is there were any number of people who were not consulted, and I guess the answer to that question is one would have to ask the Inspector General or ask Mr. Rangel.
No, I'm asking you because you didn't consult him, sir.
No, they asked me what I recalled, and I told them what I recalled.
I'm simply noting that you did consult a junior member of your office, but not the man who would have been most likely to know, the man who reported to you several times a day. You didn't consult as well with the Mr. DeRita, your director of communications, who during this period had been in touch with the White House. Didn't you feel it important to consult with him before responding?
I did not consult with a junior member of my office. I consulted with the senior civilian assistant, who's your principal assistant as Secretary of Defense, along with your senior military assistant. Mr. Rangel was that individual. He is the one who then talked to people to find out, and one of the people he talked to was Colonel Bucci. Mr. DeRita also was no longer in the department. There are any number of people we could have gone to Dick Myers, who was no longer in the department, and there must be 30 people who were in the roundtable meeting where I may very well have been informed. But I was asked what I recalled, and I gave a very direct, honest answer to that.
Thank you, Mr. Norton. I understand that the point we are making is when the Inspector General is trying to find out something that it would be very difficult for you yourself, out of your own consciousness, to have remembered, to have consulted with those most likely to have helped you remember, would have seemed to be appropriate in uncovering the truth. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Norton.